All right, well, peace. Just want to come back with a quick video, man. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High House Shah is blessing your day, man. By His mercies you aren't consumed. You know, we're alive in Him, and the Yahusha and His Son, and also, we're alive naturally, man. Because even though we might be going through missing things right now. One, mostly for me, self-inflicted. You in the word, this is some regular life, but also too, not just me, we all you brothers and sisters might be going through something right now. Now, how matter big or small it is, it is what it is. But also that just remember to trust the Most High House Shy at all times, man. But because I want to talk about something, man, because I'm sitting here watching Brothers Assembly of Firstborn. It's an old video, old class, but I was watching. And it's kind of something similar I'm going through right now. One, it's like that. No, let me get to Lamentations real quick. That's why I lead off with this. And plus, and also too, just kind of took me back to something. It's crazy how Most High brings things full circle and back to your remembrance. Now I'm talking about His word. Like First Peter says, and even stuff like that outside, even stuff like that before you came in the word or life experiences that you had, the Most High, Yahweh brings that back. But remember, man, it could be worse, which I'm about to get into, man. Because our people in the word going through stuff, out the word going through stuff, man. But Lamentations 3 and verse 39, it says, Wherefore doeth the living man complain, and the man of punishment for his sin. So yeah, man, why you live in one, we're alive, and the Most High house shall listen better than you as He's in the world. And that also too, even times when you get low, you might do, even David did in Psalm 73 or like Proverbs 27. But Proverbs 27 says, listen, don't even envy people like that everything they're getting, everything they want, they got what's going on financially or this and that, man. Don't do that, man, because better use He's in the world. What does a living man have to do but complain? But you're living in the word, you got the spirit, you got the Most High house of spirit, you're alive in them, but they're alive on the natural sense, the natural. But for this Proverbs 21 and 16, but they're in the congregation of the dead. I pray that we pray that they come out, like Romans 10 and 1 says. But it is what it is. It's the Most High's will at the end of the day. But Lamentations chapter 3 verse 39 says, "Word doeth the living man complain, a man and a man for punishment of his sin." So yeah, man, that's just what it is. And also too, kind of going back to that self-care we talked about the other day. A lot of times too is you can't even complain when it's something that you own. You don't get no reward, glory for that. You don't. Which shocks me something even me. It's really for me like a self thing. No, I'm pretty sure y'all brothers and sisters it might need this, but really I'm talking to the brothers right now because it's really mention needs to us, because man, nobody owes me nothing, man. The world doesn't owe me anything. The Most High house shall owes me nothing, man. Because I was just crazy because just like the famous Godfather quote, man. The one of the best quotes in cinema history, man. Godfather, it says, listen, women and children can be careless. Men cannot be careless at all, man. As a man, you cannot be careless at all, man. Seriously, because even if you don't even have a family, you're me family, because it all has it all. Everybody's looking to you, honestly. What you do affects the collective. So that's why how Shab rebuked Peter like that. Because that's what he's saying. That not that Peter was wrong per se. I understand Peter's point of view, but people, how Shaw's trying to get him on the same thing fleshy right now, not thinking spiritually. Because if I don't do this, the mission fails. We're not even here. That's why by His mercies we were consumed. Seriously. One he did, like you said, for His name's sake. Honestly, like Ezekiel, he did for him. Then the same thing here is we doing this for your sake. That's why I say even if you don't have a family or immediate family, man. If you one being careless, stuff like that can cost you a lot. But two, damn, what was I gonna say? I forgot. Yeah. Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, man, that's just what it is. But yeah, man, because I was for a while, until the brother said that, till he made his points about about that, man. I struggled finding what does the scripture mean, or I kind of figured what it meant, but I now understand it, man, because the world, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What I'm gonna get into later. How I still remember. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, listen, it's like that Scarface song. It's like, now I feel you, now I feel you. Like, my pop, like, I'm gonna go into it later. How he sharply rebuked me one time. Like, it was like 2013. It was like over 10 years ago, man. Because I'm just gonna get into that a little later though. But let me get to this though, man. Because yeah. Because listen, man, the world does not owe me anything. As man, the world doesn't owe us nothing, man. It doesn't, like, uh, you know, because a lot of people say it like, entitled this, entitled that. Because yeah, we do live in an entitled, like I'm going to entitled in participation trophy era in a time period right now. But seriously, people say it, but they really don't drive the point is really not drive into our minds, into my mind, that like I need to hear it, and other like brothers, especially men, need to hear it. Brothers, like, we need to hear, honestly, like, that's just is what it is, man. Like, seriously, because I'm not entitled to anything. Like, let me get this Ecclesiastes 20 real quick. So I write 20. It says, now this is going to somebody that gives a little, but like, but then like, once all, like, that hardly gives, but once, like, wants to thank you for this and that, man. But honestly, but what does Sirach, Ecclesiastes 12 and 2 say? Like 12, 1 and 2 say, listen, if you give it to godly man, like, if you don't give recompense from him, you're gonna give the recompense from Most High in your house, But also I'm about to get that Luke in man. But I'm getting this too, because this is kind of what the brothers going into, but like nobody really like kind of owes you anything. And it's not just talking about giving, like lending, like alms per se, or just giving, helping other people out. But it's just going to things like that in that nature as well. But let me get this Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 20 verse 16. It says, the fool saith, I have no friends, I have no thing for all my good deeds, and they that eat my bread speak evil of me. Yeah, man, exactly, man. Because like, because sometimes too is how you carry yourself as well, man. Because like, you can't, like, we like, this was too, like, point in time, like, we like I said, mentioned that participation trophy time period, things of that nature, man. Because it brings a lot of brings a lot of memories back, man. But I'm kind of going to say that for a little while, but that's just is what it is with that, man. Because like it's more of like because like from one, like men, like so certain times, like it's just like how you carry yourself, like if you want a wife, want a woman, like to like, or say to submit to you, stuff like that, like it's already spoken before, like want other men, other women to submit and follow you, like you had to be worthy of that, man, honestly too, like so that's just is what it is. And I'm not saying that because I want those things. I just know something giving my, like the brother, somebody firstborn says, giving that perspective, man. Because like because honestly, man, just like spiritually, like being the it's all going full circle. Just like we're the Most High, is your house's wife, and being submitting into them, but in all things, meaning that meaning pretty much you trusting them with your life. Like, and who better to trust in with your life than them two? But just like, a lot of times, like, in the quote unquote they call in the world, in the manosphere, or sometimes even in the world, like in the word too. I ran across, I have conversations with certain brothers, elder brothers, stuff like that, or like I did, elder brothers or brothers like that, like or brother of mine, brothers in Discord app, like how like say the women won't submit to them, things of that nature. Well, one, people gonna do what they're gonna do, like just like the Most High, your house, they don't force like some misconceptions. They don't force people to worship them or like things in that. You can do what you want to do. Just know there's consequences, repercussions. So, but yeah, man, it's just that they're gonna do what they want to do. But also too, like that's just like they're like one, like once like the brother somebody first one said, once they saw Yahushua, right, all the disciples, they instantly followed him. They say he didn't even have to convince him. He's like, all right, cool. So they just all right, bet. That's just is what it is, man. But that's going full circle because like because they already knew before the hand. Okay, I'm just gonna follow him. Some about his presence or like how he commands the room. I'm just follow him. Like just like lean on me, like Joe Clark. Like people already knew. All right, we he gonna change his school around. We gonna listen to what he says. Like, this is all serious, man. He's about his business. Like, he's disciplined. It is what it is. And you can have money and no money be like that, because brother even mentioned, like he said, Will Smith is a perfect example of that. Like, he has money, he's like relatively successful things of that nature, but as manhood, as a man, like, he failed. Like, you can tell he's like miserable. Like, right, he's miserable because certain things, certain decisions that he made. One with the woman that he did, the woman that he married, and if it's because in Hollywood it could be arranged or not, it could be, but I think it was probably actual. And two, well, that's actually because I'm actually gonna get to that Will Smith and the whole thing when I talk about Exodus. Lord willing, about not mentioning other gods. I'm going to get into that, Lord willing, not right now, but in another video, but. That's a perfect example too. Like the brother he mentioned Kanye. That's a perfect example too. So even Bill Gates, like, that's going back to the point of what I just said. Bill Gates' wife left him like a while back, man. So all that having money, that doesn't really matter now. It's really the really, and when I say austere, man, like, meaning all not only serious and stern how his shot was, but also because he was carrying the compassion as well. He just wasn't some dude talking like, because a lot of times that austere, that kind of gets kind of like misconstrued or what that is. I mean, like the brother, somebody first one says, he's very disciplined, like, very committed, non-compromising. I have a mission. I'm on mission. And that's just what it is. But yeah, going back to the submission point, like, if you want other men and other men and women, like, to be like that, like, like you had to, like, because the Ephesians even say submit to one another, but you had to, like, you can't, like, going back to the Godfather quote, you can't be careless, man. You can't. Like, honestly, you can't be like that, because somebody's trusting you with their life, like, the things of that nature, man. So you gotta, that's why I went even read Sirach 4:30 yesterday. No, I could get it. Like, here's here's the thing, man. Like, can't be too careless with that, because yeah, because oh wow, it's kind of crazy cool too, because I just mentioned that austere point about, like, not just not just, but how Shah was an austere man. Not that he was like a lion per se. Well, he is a lion per se. Let me not say he is a lion. Like Revelation and Jeremiah and other scriptures talk about, and then Genesis talks about, but also because his spirit, like, of course, but also too, but just wasn't like like he wasn't like this he was a straight direct forward. He wasn't just like like a let me see, how you say this, like a straight, like asshole to people. He wasn't like that. He know how to conduct this. He was straightforward. He kept it 100. He told you like it is. You might have took it that way, honestly, but it was just, that's just a lot of people, because a lot of people don't, because he was actual, people talk about now traditional man. He was actually a traditional man. So a lot of people might take that way when, like, a man just is strictly direct, pretty much, but he wasn't really that, though. He's still caring compassion. Let me say that before I get into this. But back to the point about being that, like, people trusting you with your life, their lives, pretty much. Yeah, man. But I'm about to get this in Ecclesiastes chapter, also known as Sirach chapter 4 and verse 30 says, "Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among servants." So you know what that bottom part means? You're frantic among servants. So yeah, man, that goes into that Godfather line. Like, can't, as a man, you can't be careless, because that's what that frantic means, among servants, or it's like, your family, the wife, children, or other men that's, like, not that's following you, or under, like, in the word, out the word. I'm saying that you in the congregation, or in this, like, camp, congregation, or church, or whatever, or, like, if you're leader of that, or also too, if you're even outside the word, like, in the army, or, like, on the sports team, like, or a captain, super, whatever it is, man. You could, because the classic quote is like, they can't see you panic, man. They gotta, like, they gotta see you have some type of like, cool, just like pretty much like a Leonidas per se, man. Like, if you watch 300, man, I'll actually put that in Discord the other day. Kind of like that, how, like, how he kept his composure the whole time, things, and you gotta be more like that, pretty much, man. Honestly, like, so that's going into, man. But Yeah, man, that's just it is what it is, though, man. But like going back to the point, though, like with that, man, because like let's read this Iraq again. I'm just making that point, but as like we can't be careless, man. Like the world owes us like nothing. As man, the world owes us nothing. But Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach chapter 20, verse 15. He that giveth little and upbraideth much, he is open his mouth like a crier. And today he lendeth, and tomorrow he no, that's not it. I'm at 16, Sirach 20:16. The fool saith, I have no friends. I have no one to thank me for all my good deeds. And they that eat of my bread speak evil of me. So, yeah, man, a lot of times, like, too, man. But let me get this Luke real quick, man. Because, this at the end of the day, like Abraham said, like Sirach said, earth and ashes at the end of the day, man. Like, unprofitable service. And, you're going to get that thing from the Most High house. At the end of the day, he says, so likewise, so likewise, it's Luke chapter 17, verse 10. It says, so likewise, when ye shall done all these things which commanded of you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done which is our duty to do. And that's like also to line up with Ecclesiastes 12:13, man. Like and also the faith in his commandments, but pretty much the faith first, and of course in his commandments, but yeah, man, just some profitable servants, man. Like, that's just what is that. Well, your house I also telling you too. Listen, man. Listen, the Most High, your Father in heaven, like or the world don't owe you nothing, man. That's like on the natural sense, like kind of what he's saying, and that's what he's getting at humility. But also too, I'm trying to get us to understand as well. Just see our minds that the world don't owe us nothing, man. So that's just is what it is, man. So because a lot of times I'm going through things right now, but it's like the brother somebody first one said, like I kind of had to stop and think about it for a minute, man, because I'm like, okay, I'm in my flesh right now, like my flesh is like going to but because that's why all this time is not good, like of course you want to vent and like get things off your like pretty much bury each other's burdens, or like vent and talk to people, like if you're going through afflictions, things that are going through stuff right now. But also too, like that's another that was a gift in the curse, man, because the gift of that is like listen that like that Romans when that Galatians bury each other's burdens, like or like how should I say bury each other's burdens, but also too the cursing that is like, okay, like now you're just constantly in your flesh, man, not thinking things spiritually, like just constantly in that, because of course you can live in the human experience, you're gonna go through what you go through, but it's just is what it is with that. But let me get this Job real quick, man. But yeah, man, let's get to Job. So yeah, man, because like the world doesn't yeah, let's get to Job chapter 38:3. It says, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, Job 38:3. It says, gird up thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and thou and answer thou me. So yeah, man. So, but you know what it is too, like yeah, and this is the balance of that too, because I got written down. But that's here's a balance too with that, man. Because let's go to Job 15 as well, because that's why like how shall I say it, Luke, what strengthen your brethren as well, man. Because and also the Colossians 4:6 says, season every soul, know how to answer every man, know how to answer, being adaptable, how not only being adaptable each setting that you're into, know how to talk to different people from different walks of life, different nations, different walks of life, or different environments, things of that nature, but also amongst believers as well, amongst people in the word, even out the word as well. But because that's why how should I say what strengthen your brother, man, because a lot of times people think like every man has like it's the same level of faith or spiritual strength or what's the word I'm looking for you know what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, strength or mental strength or mental the mental strength or the same level, and that's just not the case, man. Because the Most High gave each man each measure, man. Because you don't do that to you can't do that for everybody, man. That's where that balance comes in, man. So let me get to Job 16. Actually, it says Job 16:2, it just says, well, this is Job talking. It says, I have heard, and I'll start verse 1. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Merciful comforters are all ye. So yeah, man, because like Isaiah 41 says, 2nd Ezra 14 says, like, you got certain people you got to speak, like, and Jude says, certain people you got to speak comfort to certain people you can't do that with. So no, it's the balance of that, man. So because like say if a brother, another brother's going through it right now, if he and get to know it. That's why Paul says, like, the word says, know amongst who you labor with, and know who you fellowship with, know who you in the faith with, know and actually get to know them personally, like, in the word, even outside the word. That's what Paul said to Philemon. He said, how much more in the Lord, in the Lord. Listen, we brothers in the flesh, like, on the world, at least in the regular life, I rock with you, but how much more in the Lord? So that's what it is. So, because if you know a brother that's like his faith isn't like as strong things of that nature, you're not going to say, oh, gird up your loins like a man, this and that, or like Job says, or go into like other verses, or saying saying other things like, all right, we'll just get through it and stuff like that. No, man, he might need a little push of encouragement, man. So like you gotta do it. But some that have like kind of strong as you can say like, all right, man, you kind of got to gird up his loins. I get it, but come on, I ain't trying to hear that right now, man. Because honestly, too, like that's that Psalm 673 is about, man. Like that's why I even had to remember. Even Jude said that. Listen, man, when I complain so much, man, I'm offending like past generations, man. Like I'm offending my ancestors, I'm offending my forefathers, man. Because I remember, like even brother Joel, or y'all, brother Joel from Sons of Thunder, and y'all all, he said that one time in a video I was watching, man. He said, listen, like, because he's kind of doing to what I'm talking to now, but he said, listen, yeah, how I ain't trying to hear all that, like and that's true, like even though it's a balance, like I just said, because not to contradict, because your house I said strength and brethren, but that all depends on the faith and like mental strength that man has, like, so the certain ones that is, you're gonna say like, all right, come on, man, I feel you, but your house ain't really trying. The most I house ain't really trying to hear all that right now. But also too, but if it's somebody like that's that's kind of not doesn't have that issue. It can be in the word, out the word. You're gonna kind of speak more comfortably to the church, trying to build them up rather than tear them down. Now it is a balance to that as well, because like, but this always constantly bombard you with that. So, all right, come on, brother. You like gotta get to one like, all right, brother, you are a man. You kind of gotta like, you gotta girl up. You kind of gotta like, listen. You kind of got girl up your loins right now. You kind of have to do this, because every time I talk to you, like, listen, unless we're like, listen, we could try to work through it, find resolutions for it. I'm not gonna tear you down. I'm gonna try to build you up. Be like, the word, hope the mostly going word the most on your house are gonna build you up. I'm just like, going to help you through it. Like, I'm gonna do that, but if it constantly every time, it's like, all right, that's where that long suffering patience come in. But it does, I get, because like shoot, even Moses got burned out. I was like, all right, cool, you are like human, so that's just is what it is. But yeah, man, so let me grab that too. So, but yeah, man, you just can't be like careless, like as a man can't be careless. So let me get this Jared. Let's go to Joshua. Then yeah, man. Joshua 7 real quick. Then I'm gonna go to let's go Joshua 7. It says Joshua 7 chapter 10. It says, and the Lord said unto Joshua, get thee up, wherefore thou liest down upon thy face. So yeah, man, because gotta get down and handle things, or get up and handle things. I mean, this is during the account with the Khan, like when he stole what he stole from the Most High in Yahushua. I mean, he stole from them, like and he got the people like 30 people killed because of that, man. It was all, and that's a precursor, pretty much, like and it's also too always like the brother somebody first one said, it's always too within the man too. It's always like that's like what Yahushua says, now what goes out, what comes is what's within the man. That's what he's talking about. Beware of covetousness. And also too, I'm like even though I'm of the belief, I'm of the standpoint, listen, like even like this, like Psalm says, listen, like we're amongst the heathen, we learn their ways, and like how somebody's environment even us, our people, like in captivity, we learn certain ways, certain things were like pushed on us, like or certain ideologies, beliefs, things of that nature, like that can shape the way a person thinks. It can, but also too, it's a balance to that as well. Just digress a little bit because it's always within in the person's heart, what's within you. Like as I said, the real you will come out. Like because cause in there, we was about to enter into the land. We wasn't in captivity then. That was in that was just was within the man in that man, and that's what that was actually the whole thing, which I might talk about a little bit in another video, Lord's will. That was a precursor of what Yahushua said. That's what Yahushua said about the cares of the world. That not only happened to Judas' time, that happened right here as well in other parts of history in the word as well. But that's just is what it is. I really didn't mean to get into that too much, but yeah, man. But notice how he said, listen, because Joshua's like, listen, man, what we going to do? He's kind of mourning. Like, we know there's a lot of people just got killed. But the most I told him, listen, stand up and handle that. You got to stand up and handle that. So, it is. He kind of, embarrassing me right now, Joshua. Like, you're a mighty man about it. You know what to do. So, and Joshua did it. So, let's get to Jeremiah real quick. Then Ezra's kind of all going to, yeah, it was Hamites out there. That's crazy. He'll be reading Joshua in because land of Canaan and Hamites, because a lot of Hamites live around, a lot of Africans, Mexicans, Ishmael, Arabs live around here, a little mixed multitude. But Joshua, Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 7, it says, I therefore gird up thy loins and arise, speak unto them that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them. Exactly. So yeah, man, he says arise, gird up your loins, says this Jeremiah. Be not afraid of their faces. He's talking about him going to us, going to Israel, man. It kind of similar to what he says to Ezekiel, make their foreheads strong against their foreheads, pretty much in that sense. But yeah, man, he says, listen, gird up that loins. Certain things you're gonna have to handle, man. Honestly, man, because a lot of times too, and here's the thing too, a lot of times this might not tie into what we're talking about, but a lot of times too, that's why just like that. Yeah, it does to go into like the Mace clip. I'm going to try to find that clip. He said when his son, when he lived in San Diego, was in part of I'm not sure, soccer league, but whatever league it was, he said, and they gave him a trophy, and he said, listen, no, he said, he told his son, listen, no, give that trophy back, man, because you didn't earn it. And then he said, look, caused for a lot of friction in the house, of course, so I guess with his wife, things of that nature. But what makes point is, listen, you got to earn that. You got to work for that, man. Because that would breed entitlement. That would breed the participation trophy mindset, man. So, even I you know what? Part of me did have that a little bit going, but not too much though. Not too much. Actually, well, compared to the generations before me, yeah, they my all my my parents and and my people that came before me said that they thought we was kind of bad with that, but we kind of which we kind of weren't. Those are in my age range, we weren't, especially the how I came up. But to see what it is now, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But just a little sidebar is that, man, because that's why, because my first love, man, was soccer, man. I still, I still like soccer, still like watch it. Surprisingly, I was actually at the school I'm working at. I was actually playing with one of my students recess. I actually kind of still got some. I was like, oh wow, I kind of still got it. That's crazy, but I'm pretty to Most High. I might get back into it. Shout out to a brother in the Discord app. I ain't gonna say his name, but he kind of motivated me to think about started playing again, just for fun. But yeah, but when I was younger, man, because I cried, man, when championship, it was a championship game and we didn't win. But it was, and my dad was looking. I understand his viewpoint, man, because it was just the fact that I really wanted. He's like, oh my man, you gonna really let these people see you cry, man? It's seriously, and because his man mindset is come on, man. Like, it's a bad look. Like, it's a game. Like, it can't be having. But my thing was, listen, I want to win though. I was like, because I know, like, because it's going to it was the opposite of that, of the, like, in my mind it was the opposite of that participation trophy mindset. Because listen, man, I didn't win. Like, I came up short. No, not me. My team, we came up short. We didn't win. No, some of my teammates, my other, it was another. What's short? What is it, bro? He was cool. I think his name. I forgot his name. He was crying too as well. But like, some other, because like, he was passionate at soccer as well. That's the only one I remember. He was actually a good player too that I remember was crying. But that was my mindset. That's why I was crying. Not the fact that, like, because because I understand my father's point of view, my dad's point of view. Like, I understand that, because he kind of wasn't wrong in that. Because I was like, all right, like, really, like, he's like, listen, come on, man, it's not a good look. You gonna let them people like see you cry, like, really? Because like, part of it, he was embarrassed. He's like, come on, son, like, don't be doing that. And two, but I think he kind of understood, but like, but at the also. But also, my point is, listen, the mission was not accomplished. We did not win. That was my thing. It's like, listen, like, even if they even I still probably would have been like, a little upset if they just gave us like participation trophies. So like, oh yeah, you came, but like, no, man, we didn't win. Like, not that, you just like, and one, I was competitive, but two is like more mindset spiritually now becoming a word. That's what it is, man. So, and tying into what we talking about, like, nobody owes you anything, and the world doesn't owe you anything. But yeah, man, let me get this second Ezra 10 and 44 though. It's gonna keep saying the same thing, man. But man, it's crazy how most of I brings things back in remembrance, man. But second Ezra chapter 10 verse 44, and it reads, it says. It says, and he he said unto me, stand up manfully, I will advise thee. So yeah, he said that to Ezra too, like, when he was in the field, and after he ran into a woman, which was a vision of Israel, pretty much, and like, that's what it was. But yeah, man, that's what is what it is, man. Because like, speaking of my pop, man, I remember, like, back to the conversation, I was the one that say, like, 2013, man. I remember I was just come back from the library pretty much, and he was driving me. He drove me. He took me. He said, "Listen, son, I want you to come with me, man, because it was time. It was time for, like, he had this on the line. He sharply rebuked me, man, and it's like he's kind of saying what I'm saying now. It's like, listen, because during that time period, like, I was going online. I was like, I had just, like, this is me during the time period. Like, I was into philosophy, and I was into, like, more like kind of like liberalism, and a little bit like more like that. What kind of like, no, this is during a time period, like, not liberalism, I don't want to say that, but like, I had the liberal kind of mentality. I had that kind of mentality, but it was more of, I was just like, I was more like, watching Professor Griff, things about the quote unquote left hand side, the powers that be, the what they call quote unquote the Illuminati or conspiracy theory videos. And really, not all conspiracy means is conspired, but most of the stuff that's in there, that's like, we kind of went on that the other day. But I was going to, like, how the government is messed up, and this and that messed up, and I would kind of always, like, on my Facebook, I would just post pictures, things of that nature. I would just do that, like, and that my mindset is like, listen, man, like, and my mindset during that time was like, listen, why is the world like the way it's like this? Like, the world. But my pop told me one time this. He's driving sharp. He said, "Listen, Omar, the world's not going to change for you, man. Like, listen, I don't care how much, like, your way of thinking right now is kind of off, son. Like, the world's not going to change for you, man. Like, and I was kind of on that type of time then. But now, like, it's like John 13:7. Now I understand what you were saying, man, because the world is not. It doesn't owe me anything, man. Like, the world isn't going to change for, like, just like I said, like, listen, man, like, I talked about the other day, man. The people, like, of course, people in my life that, like, they're here, for a reason, like, but they're just not here just to surely entertain me. Honestly, honestly, being like, being if you want to be in the disciple house, if you want to be disciple, walk as he walked, man. Like, he lived this life for others, man. So, like, honestly, you want, like, other people to. That's why it's like you don't want to be, you want to be used, not misused. Like, you want to be, that's what you want to be, man. Because nothing wrong. Because of course you want people to use you. You want, like, you want people to benefit from you, just from knowing you, just want to have like, okay, like the brother sent me first one said, like, impact others. Like, okay, my life is better because I know this person, man. Honestly, that's what it is, man. That's what I mean by how people aren't just in my life just to like, entertain me. Like, they're not pets, they're not that. No, that's honestly like, that's why, like, yeah, how should I say? No, let's get this Philippians real quick, man. 2. He served others. He lived for other people, man. And that goes into like the consideration and the self care videos we talked about, man. That's my point of me like saying those things. Nothing wrong with like actual self care things in nature, but it's like, it's more being considered. What we talked about, it's to be considerate as like other people, man. And like the video I made last week about like, me being mill child, and that's what the Most High in your house was teaching me the whole time, man. And that's what it is, man. Like, you live, like, do that. Like, one, of course, you live for the Most High in your house child to do that world, but it's also, too, to live, for others, man. It's about what you do for others, man. Like X said, like, he said, listen, man is not, like, the testament of a man is what he does for others, not just himself, man. That was said perfectly. Of course, but, let me say that, too, because, of course, like, even in scripture, I forgot where it says, listen, that's part of commandments. Protect, like, even the brother Chronicles of Jude said, protect yourself at all times, of course, like that. But also, too, is what you do for other people, man. Because, we live in, like, of course, that 2 Timothy, we live in that, people lovers of themselves. We live in such a me, like, things of that nature. But, let me get this Philippians chapter 2, verse 7. He said, but he made himself with no reputation, and took upon himself a form of a servant, and was the likeness of men, was made in the likeness of men. So yeah, man. And also too, man, so yeah, and back to that too. So I did kind of at that time have like a liberal mindset. No, I wasn't like, I didn't agree with it. It's more ideology, not like political, but the ideology, I was kind of having that mindset, like, that's why I get on that like, like, that's why the Most High house I led me to, like, brothers like Chronicles of Judah channel, then the Word, then other brothers and sisters, other brothers and sisters per se, not as far as teaching, but people in the Word I meant. But anyway, he led me to other things, matters which are good, like, things which are good, man, because like, that having that like that liberal that mindset, like, that like, that the world's not supposed the way that you want it to be, or like, the I know what's best for you mentality. Like, the only people that can have that mentality, honestly, is like, or entity is, one, the Most High house, and two is actually like, I want to say, yeah, you could say your parents. You could say like, well, like actually actual parents in the word, God fearing parents, like, fearing God fearing parents that keep the Most High house like commandments. Also too, but in the world, in the actual sense, yeah, that's a slippery. So sometimes they do, but then sometimes, that's a more balanced conversation with that. So let me say that too. But even wise elders, like, things of that nature can like, listen, like, they know no, that's a slippery conversation. That's a balanced conversation with that too. That is with that. So let me hold off on that. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is. But I'm saying that I know it's best for you mentality. Like, you're not thinking the way I think. I like, that's that Nurse Ratched from One Who Flew Cuckoo's Nest, or the Kathy Bates misery mentality. Like, I know it's best for you, and like, that's dangerous, man, because that goes into entitlement, and like, thinking the world owes you something, or thinking like, people like, aren't supposed to be themselves, like, they're supposed to be an image, and that craft them to be in your mind, or you want them to be in your mind. But a lot of times too, with some people like that, it's like, okay, people have a mentality, but then again, but it's like, you can't be a hypocrite. That's why scriptures say, like Sirach says, or in Job says, like, one, a hypocrite can't stand before the Lord, and don't be a hypocrite amongst men, because like, amongst people, man, because one, like, you don't do that, but you want other people to do that, honestly. So like, that's just like crazy though. It's like, okay, you want people to, like, you can be unapologetically like yourself. You could do that, like, but other people just had to be in your world. But it's like, that's just is what it is with that. But yeah, that's just because I know I was kind of, it is what it is. That's another story. But But yeah, man. But like the quote says, listen, man, women and children can be careless, but men can't. Like and it goes into actually, I put it in the Discord app. You know, a while back, like because shout out to brother sent me a firstborn because I did some research. He mentioned this, man. That's why I and as it goes into Ecclesiastes, nothing is new under the sun because because even Esau always did this, man. Even the ancient Rome, go look it up, man. They had welfare systems for women, like things of that nature. So I'm of the belief it's probably no different than now. Like probably some of our like people, so some of Jake, was probably on it. Like not only Esau and the other nations was on that, as well, because it said like 98 AD to 227 AD, but it's probably no too much different than now, man. So that's why I'm going to go because why it says like Godfather said what it said, women and children can be careless and men can't, man, because there's pretty much always going to be like pretty much there's resources for women and children. I'm not saying they are for men, but there's not too much, man. Working in like certain I know certain people that work in the social yeah, actually I'm in the honestly I'm in one of the programs that I'm in to help me do had to help me to move and help me with other things, man. One of the people that's the great beautiful sister, one of them that helps me my well, my navigator's there, she even says that in the social service field. She's been in there for years. My aunt has been there for years. She said, listen, I'm trying to get more resources to men because this it started to pick back up for research, especially for Jake, specifically for so-called black man as well. But but I'm saying we can't look towards that, man, because it's not going to be that. That's why we always had to move in the faith in Most High House and walk in wisdom, wise as serpents, harmless as doves, walk circumspectly, things of that nature, man. Also, too, create resources from each other for each other as well, But also, yeah, man, this is what it is. Because he said, listen, I'm just trying to start some resources from for men, things of that nature. But that's why men and children can be careless because there's all pretty much going to be resources for them, but because it happened in the ancient world, what you saw then has happened now, man. That's why it's nothing new under the sun. So it's yeah, so that's just it is what it is with that, man. So that's why, man. So that's why men can't be careless because what you do for collect not only it affects one yourself too, but also it affects the collective, man. So you can't do that, man. So yeah, man, it's just is what it is too, man. You can't be careless, man. I know damn, so long, but yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that, man, because honestly, man, you can't let you stay in the flesh, man. God stay in the spirit. Let me because even let me get this James. I'm gonna get Romans and I'm gonna get James. Let me get this James real quick. Because don't get wrong, gonna get good human experience. Let me get this James 5:17. Elijah was a man subject to passions as we are. We pray earnestly that it might not rain, and it rain not on the earth. But by the space of 3 years and 6 months, so yeah, man, these were regular people at the end of the day. You're gonna live the human experience, like the sons of God, the men, most holy men, the men that that was beloved by the Most High Yahushua. They went through similar things as well, man. And these men got genealogies in heaven and on earth, man. So it is what it is with that, man. Our forefathers, that pleased them, they went through this as well, but yeah, man. But but that's why you don't want to stay in the flesh, man. Gotta stay in the spirit, because I get fleshly thoughts a lot of times. Of course, lust, urge, different, not only sexual lust, but different urges, different worldly thoughts, different your emotions my emotions sometimes can can think can emotions but emotional thing can get to me sometimes, but gotta cast that thought down in captivity, man. That's so even other things as well, man. So Romans chapter 8 and verse 3, it says yeah, well, not 8 and 3. It says Romans 8 and 6. It says 8 and 6. Yeah, I'm gonna close out with this. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Exactly, man. So you don't always want to stay there, man, because it's a balance to everything. Of course, you carry cast your care upon the Lord, like Solomon says and Peter says, because he has care for you. Cast your care upon them. Then go to your brothers, like, in the faith, to build each other up and bear each other's burdens. But also too, even in the word, even if you're in the word, like, scripture say you should go to a physician. If you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody as well. Even in the word, outside the word too. That's cool. But you go through that. But also too, but just don't stay there though, because, like, a lot of times it's like, you're staying there because, like, I heard actually Robert Williams actually passed away like that, man. Because it's like just some brother, somebody firstborn says, man. Honestly, a good counselor, if you told any counselor, a good counselor, a good therapist, like, their goal is for the person not to be there that long, honestly. Because, Robin Williams, like, I heard they like, his therapist also always used to like, some of his brothers, somebody firstborn even said, I think, no, I don't think I ever read it on this, but they always wanted him to talk about sad stuff, and that, like, that's what eventually led him probably to commit suicide. Because it's like, all right, man, I'm always, because, like, I'm in the carnality, always in my feelings, I'm in my, that happens to people in the word, out the word. Well, one, it can't happen so much people outside the word, because, like, they haven't, like, came in where they haven't, like, got like, witnessed the spirit yet. They haven't, like, had the spirit of the Most High house shot yet. But also, but man, but even outside of it, it's really not good, man. Because you're constantly there too. It's a balance that, because you want to vent to somebody, but also too, like, you just don't want constantly be in there, especially, us in the word too. Because it's like, all right, cool. I'm going through, but, I'm gonna get I gotta get, actually, like, like, shoot, I got the shirt on, like DMX said, man, like, he said one time, he said, listen, the Most High, beautiful quote, man, because it's real. He said the beautiful thing about the Most High Yahshua, they can make a situation better, but not changing the situation. But they can get you out of the situation. I'm roughly paraphrasing, because he said, listen, he won't change it. He will make you see the beauty in the situation without changing the situation, and that situation could be a bit better. He even said, listen, after the fact, he said, listen, I got, no, listen, I'm feeling what I'm feeling right now, but I can't stay here right now, because, like, it's kind of like Romans 8:6. It's like, be carnally minded, like, is death, but be spiritually minded is life and peace. Like, okay, I'm in my flesh right now. I'm kind of going through this, but, like, pragmatically thinking, spiritually thinking, all right, cool. At least it can be, like, much worse. Like, it is what it is, man. That Psalm 62:8, trust the Most High house at all times. So that just is what it is, man. So hopefully this is edifying. So yeah, man, peace. Hopefully Most High house blesses y'all, man. Peace, man. Much love to y'all, brothers and sisters, man. I love y'all too, man. Much love. There ain't nobody tell y'all, they love you, man. I'll tell y'all I love y'all, man. Seriously, man. So peace.